I could feel the plush earth breathing underneath me. My feet were sore and my hands were dirty. My face felt dry and taut from where my tears had crawled down my face and dripped off my chin. I couldn't remember how I ended up in this very place, but I knew my parents had left me. They had told me numerous of times that I didn't belong in the family, that they were so better off without me, that one day I would learn my lesson. And sure enough, they finally left. They left no trace of ever existing. All I have left is a run-down, two-room shack that I'm lucky if the heat and water works. I have my watch, but that only reminds me of how much time I have left in a world that I don't belong in. I heard a branch fall and hit the ground with a thud. I couldn't help but feel somewhat excited. I hadn't seen or heard another human in days. Ever since my parents left, I tried to convince myself I didn't need anyone anymore. But that simple thud on the ground rushed me with all the loneliness I had ignored for so long. I quickly realized that whoever it may be would be horrified if they saw me. I hadn't seen light in days, my hair stood in every direction, and my white skin was covered in dirt and mud. I approached the fallen branch cautiously, not wanting to scare away whoever was there. When I came across the branch, there was no one around. No trace of footsteps. No sign of human existence. I was so angry with myself for getting excited over something that I knew deep down wasn't real. My frustration took over my body. I began to rip down all the branches I saw. I ripped up the grass and the shrubs. I looked at my bleeding hands and realized what I had done. I had just ruined the life of these plants because my life was ruined. I sat down on the shredded ground and cried. I cried for my stupidity, my loneliness, my torn heart my parents had left me. It had been hours and I still hadn't moved. I had cried so much that the dirt on my face had washed away. I calmed down a little bit, but my breaths were heightened. My eyes felt as if they weighed 100 pounds, and it hurt to blink. I've been watching you the past few days. A melodious voice whispered from above. Dazed and confused, I jumped up, grabbing the nearest stick. Although I was scared, it felt elating hearing another voice. Before I had the chance to speak, she spoke again. "Don't be frightened. I'm only here to help you." "Where are you and why are you here?" My voice shook. I waited for a response, but nothing came back. I must be imagining this. I hadn't seen anyone in days, and there was no way I wouldn't have noticed someone watching me. I heard rustling from a bush I had destroyed. I ripped away at its already tattered limbs. Nothing was there. Shattered by my disappointment, I started to walk away. "Wait!" she cried out. I turned as fast as I could, and there she was. She was very small and had glowing blue skin. She had extravagant markings all over her face. She flew up into the air. I was mesmerized by her tiny wings and long tail. My mouth drooped open as my eyes followed her fluttering body. She landed on a limb right at my shoulder. I was too paralyzed to comprehend what I just saw. "I'm here to help you. I've noticed you've been alone and scared and want to take care of you." Her words echoed around my head. She could obviously tell from my scrunched face that I was still confused. She continued to explain herself. "My name is Athena. I am part of the Luna tribe. I'm offering to give you a home, and you will be able to stay with me and my tribe. We only take those who deserve a second chance at life." Her words flooded me with emotions. I felt a sense of belonging for the first time ever. My anger quickly took over that happy feeling. I was infuriated that my parents had left me with nothing. My teeth clenched with frustration because I couldn't stand the thought that Athena believed I needed saving. I couldn't accept help because I had been so alone my whole life. My parents manipulated me into thinking I didn't need anyone. "I don't need your help," I said sharply. "From the tattered clothes, dirty skin, matted hair, and uncontrollable anger, it appears you do need my help. I understand your parents have left you, and this is why I'm here." This just made me even more angry. I said, "I don't need your help. Leave me alone and don't come back." Athena's face revealed her confusion and irritation. "You'll regret this. I gave you another chance and you denied it. If you claim you don't need anyone, then no one needs you. I will not be back, and neither will you." Athena flew into the air, causing a whirlwind of leaves, branches falling and loud rumblings. It started pouring rain and thundering and lightning. I tried to run for shelter, but it was pitch black and everything was moving. The commotion finally stopped after about 15 minutes. I slowly opened my glued shut eyes. I was blinded by the sunlight, and it took a few minutes to gain all my senses back. Instead of in the middle of the forest, I was in the middle of a city park. Benches lined the narrow concrete pathways. Perfectly cut green grass flooded the entire area. People were happily walking around, talking and having fun. I didn't understand why Athena had placed me here. I looked down at my hands. They were clean. My clothes were brand new, and my hair was soft and no longer a mop on the top of my head. I had no idea what to do or think. I had no car, no money, no home, and no family. I looked at my watch. 3:12 p.m. I continued to sit in the middle of the park because I had nowhere else to go, nor did I know where to go. My watch beeped at 3:14. It always beeps at this time, morning or night, because I was born March 14th. It took me a moment to realize my hand was asleep. It felt fuzzy and numb, and when I tried to hold it, there was nothing to grab. I noticed my hand slowly starting to fade away. It was becoming invisible. I tried not to panic because I knew that would draw attention towards myself. I made it seem like my hand was in my pocket and got out of the park as quickly as I could. People bumped into me, not even noticing I was there. They turned to say sorry, but once they looked at me, they turned back around without saying a word. I thought I saw Athena's blue tail flutter in a nearby tree. I ran over to it, hoping she'd be there. When I got to the tree, she was nowhere in sight. There was a small envelope tacked to the tree trunk. The letter read, "I told you would regret your decision. Like I said, if you don't need anyone, no one needs you. From now on, every time your watch beeps 3:14, morning or night, a part of you will disappear. You have 10 days before only the clothes on your back are left. Yours truly, Athena." Panic struck over me. 10 days? What was I to do? I couldn't be out in public because people would notice my missing pieces. I had less than 12 hours before another body part disappeared. Fear flowed through my veins. Maybe I should have listened to Athena. Maybe I do need people in my life. I never thought I needed to worry about how much time I had left. I was only 19, and now I had 10 days left to live. I thought maybe if I tried to contribute to society, my curse would be broken. I walked to the nearest coffee shop. When I approached the door, the owner flipped the open sign to closed. When I went to pet a stray dog, it barked and ran away. I went to another cafe, but they told me they were only seating 2 or more people. No one wanted me, and just like Athena said, no one needed me. I ended up back in the forest. I knew it would be better to be where I belonged than scared and alone in a world I didn't know. My watch haunted me for the next 10 days. Every beep reminded me how much time I had left, and there was nothing I could do about it. I tried to break my watch, but a new one would appear every time I tried. My clothes hung around my empty body. I was nothing more than a wisp in the wind now. My watch lies on the ground and continues to beep at 3:14, even though I'm already gone. I am no longer human. I'm just a small gust of wind flowing through the forest. I have no one, and no one has me.